How are you?
I'm so good. How are you? So nice to see you. I feel like I know you already because I follow you on Instagram and I followed you for a while.
I love that. How did you find me?
I don't really know. I think you appeared maybe on my Explorer page, perhaps.
Mhm.
Um, and it was the one thing obviously that you went viral for that was very resonating as well.
It's everybody's favorite video.
Yeah, mine too. It is literally such a fabulous video, but I want to give you the intro that you deserve because you are amazing. So Kornelija Slunjski, did I pronounce that right?
Wow. Wow. You killed it. That's rare. Good.
Really. Also known as Coco Beauty on social media. She's a beautiful content creator. She's a dating coach and is on a mission to empower all women. She's not only externally beautiful, as you can see, but she also pushes women to be their best self. And she supports women by boosting their confidence and keeping their dating standards high. So the women in Dubai, girl, they need to hear from you.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for all the questions. I'm ready. First of all, I love Dubai. I was there a few years ago the first time. Loved it. And if it doesn't work out for me in the US, I'm coming to Dubai for sure.
We would love to welcome you. Now, I want to talk about a video that you went totally viral for. And in the video, you said you don't believe in coffee dates. And
Correct.
you said, what was the exact quote that you said?
I do not accept a coffee or a walk as a possible date option, and neither should you. First of all, I'm not a dog that needs to be walked. Second, I have an espresso machine at home and works fabulous.
Yeah.
Going, we're not doing drinks either. Blah, like I heard this video so many times that I have it literally memorized. But the point of the video was that when you are going on these low effort coffee walk dates, you are not really given a chance to meet the person, because when you're going on a coffee walk date, it's like maybe 30 minutes and you are just trying to see if like you vibe. But for me, who like I know who I am, I know what I'm looking for. I mean, I have a boyfriend now, but like if I was single, I would never go meet a guy that is like not really sure if I'm hot enough, because we have to be real here. Guys are taking you on a coffee walk date if they're not sure if you're hot enough. And that's a fact, because guys are very visual. And guys, I mean, girls Photoshop their photos a lot. So they want to see if you look like your photos. But I say to eliminate all of that, just do a FaceTime. I mean, just do a FaceTime call once or twice, see if there's any vibe, and you can see if you should meet that person on a proper date. So coffee walk dates are not proper dates, in my humble opinion.
I love that. It is so true, right? Guys just want to see if you're hot enough, if they want to spend enough time with you to see if they want to spend any money on you, if they want to take you out on a dinner date.
Yeah, yeah. But
So
for me, if you're not sure if I'm worthy, I already know you're not worthy. So, like, no discussion.
so in terms of courting, do you think a woman as a basic should just accept dinner?
That's just my, I think, because dinner dates, you can learn so much about a person at a dinner date. And this is not about him buying you food, or like, people always say, oh, she's just looking for a free meal. I'm like, if you think that I can't afford to buy myself a plate of food, then like I should rethink my career, not just like my mindset. But when it comes to dinner dates, I feel like you can meet a person because, first off, you're on a neutral ground. So you're not at his house, he's not at your house. So it's very neutral. Then you can see how he interacts with people that he doesn't know. He interacts with people that are quote unquote just staff. And you can just see how he behaves. For example, let's say if you have a server that's like holding what's it called? They're holding, let's say, a bottle of wine, and
Yeah.
they drop that bottle of wine, and you can see if that guy is going to be like, oh my god, look at this loser, or he's going to say, oh, I feel so bad for him, let me
Yeah.
help him out. So you can judge, I mean, not judge, but like you can see what kind of person they are. You can see how they talk to you in front of other people, how they talk to everybody. Is he going to point out the cheapest menu item? Is he going to pour your water when you are like when your cup is empty? Because you can see you can literally see everything about a person when you have a meal together.
100%. I think how rude somebody is or how they treat the wait staff or any staff around them really reflects on someone's character and their patience.
Exactly. And you're going to see how you're going to get treated down the line, because when he gets comfortable, because everybody's on their best behavior in the first few dates.
Mm-hmm.
So later when they start being relaxed, if you feel that that person is a little rude, he's going to be rude to you.
100%. So you moved from Croatia to New York, and
Yes.
it would have been hard. I mean, a lot of women in Dubai can probably also relate. A lot of people leave their home countries to move to a place like Dubai to live their dream. I mean, it's the place that everything is possible. It makes your dreams come true. But you do also, in most cases, move alone. Firstly, I want to ask, what's the dating life in New York like? And then I want to ask what the similarities do you think would be to Dubai, and if there are any?
So I lived in New York for 7 years and I moved to Miami last year.
Okay.
And when it comes to dating in New York, I feel like it's very, very fast. So people, that's all because of dating apps. People just go on dates, and they are going to commit
Exhausting.
completely exhausting. And they're going to commit only if they 100% like you, which is fair. But it's like so much. It's like, New York is like go, 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 go. That's the same when it comes to dating. And I feel that dating apps, I mean, they, brought a lot of people together, but at the same time, they kind of destroyed the official view when it comes to dating. I feel like dating became very casual because of that. And that's similar in all major countries. But when it comes to Miami, where I live now, I met my boyfriend pretty fast when I moved here by accident. Like we were mutual friends. We were just going out together and we clicked. But in Miami, people want to spend more time with you, but they're not taking you seriously. But in New York, they're going to take you on a few dates and then they're going to probably not see you anymore if they feel like you're not a part of their vibe.
Interesting. It can be a little bit cliquey as well in Dubai. Like it's difficult to find. You need to find your clique. Otherwise, it can kind of be a little bit lonely. But I was going to ask, how I don't know how to ask this. So the older you get and the more jaded you become, how do you stop yourself from being jaded or cynical about dating? Because the more dates you go on, the more things don't work out. How do you avoid being cynical or negative about, say, meeting a man?
I feel like you don't become jaded. You just open your eyes and you see that there's a lot of bullshit out there. And there's a lot of people who just want to take you on a ride and not really take you seriously. So you have to keep your eyes open and you have to learn. I think the most important thing is if you have a, let's say, failed relationship, what did you learn from that relationship? I'm sure you did something wrong. Like you can't always blame the other person. You have to see what went wrong. And then you have to see, is that something that you can change? Maybe you're too controlling. Maybe you're jealous. Maybe you're insecure, but maybe that person is making you insecure. The point is you have to just look at that failed relationship as an experience, because also like if you work at a company and after a while it doesn't work out, you still learn something there. So you can't really look at it as, you can't say all men are horrible or all women are horrible. Like you can't generalize the entire species based on like 5 dates. I mean, 5, wrong guys. But it's also like when you are trying to figure out what you want to do in life, you go through a lot of different jobs. So like it takes time to meet that person who's made for you.
And in terms of meeting a good man, where are the places that you suggest? You mentioned a lot of people go on dating apps. I think that's prevalent, a lot of places around the world, and everything happens very, very fast. When, especially in places where there's lots and lots of options. Although, in Dubai, actually, men outnumber women 3-1. So there are a lot of men, but there are also a lot of single women here. So where do you think are the places for women who are single to find good men?
I first and foremost think that you should just live your life and not like look for a guy. don't try to find a guy, because it's pretty much not going to work out well. I think you should focus on yourself and like make sure that you are the person you want to be.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you should go to those places where let's say if if you're into fine dining, go to these restaurants, maybe even on your own, sit at the bar, like order food and, go through your emails, sit at the bar, just like live the life you want to live with that special someone. If you love golf, take your girlfriend and go. I don't know if you guys have golf
Yeah,
courses
we
in
do. Yeah, so many.
yeah, it's just like do whatever you would want to do with that guy, and then you're going to meet him. I always do think hotel lobbies are a good spot for business guys, because they travel a lot. So like take your laptop and go chill at a hotel lobby, meet up with a girlfriend, have a drink there. But it's just like, just live the life you want to live with that guy. And then you're going to meet people who are like-minded, and you're going to see them there. I think, you just like going, you can also meet somebody at a coffee shop. You can meet somebody at your elevator, you can meet somebody everywhere. And I get very annoyed when people tell me, where do you meet people? I mean, how do people meet before social media? In person. So like, don't just think that dating is exclusively for dating apps. And also don't be opposed to getting set up by someone, not set up like a blind date, but if you have a friend and they're having like a house party, tell them bring your single friends, and then tell me which one, you bring somebody that I would like.
What do you consider some red flags for men?
Well, there's a lot of them. I mean, like if he makes you split the bill on a first date, it's just like he does not look at you as a potential partner. And I don't care about equality. I don't care when people are starting to say like, well, you wanted to be equal, you wanted to do this. Well, it's not about equality. It's about you showing me that you value my time, and you invite, like if a guy invites you on a date, you're his guest at that dinner. So if you were going to come to somebody's home, you're going to bring a bottle of
wine. Yeah, they wouldn't make you pay.
You're not going to make you pay for the meal they made. So like, obviously splitting bills on the first date, I mean, that's just like a given. There's so many. I feel that when people are just when somebody is not making you, if you feel something is off, believe that feeling. Because a lot of times people are going to tell you whatever they think you want to hear. They're going to future fake. They're going to love bomb you. They're going to tell you, oh my God, I can't wait to take you to Ibiza next month. And you're going to like, oh my God, this guy's so serious about me. No, he's not. Maybe he is. I'm not saying, maybe there's a case where you're going to, but most of the time, if something feels too good to be true, it is too good to be true. And let's say a third red flag. I mean, there's so many that I feel that there's just if somebody is talking negatively about their ex or their family or anything like that. So like
red flag.
You also judge a person based on their relationship with their mother and their father. I mean, obviously there's a lot of complex family situations, but in general, if somebody's telling you that their ex is crazy, their ex did all of those, like their ex destroyed their life, maybe she did, but what did you learn from that? Again, it's, if people are talking shit about other people, it's probably they're doing something wrong as well.
What do you think of ultimatums? What if a relationship goes on and on and on and on? Like at what point does the marriage conversation come up, or do you let that go naturally, or do you set an ultimatums? Do they work?
I think there has to be a mutual goal and a set timeline in a sense. You have to have an open and honest conversation. And I don't really believe in ultimatums, because I feel like if you have to give somebody an ultimatum, it's something is off there to begin with. But let's say if you're dating somebody and you really want to get married, but you also have to be realistic in what situations you're currently in. So like if you're in college, if you're still trying to figure out your life, if you are still unsettled with your career, with yourself, you can't give somebody an ultimatum just because you think you want to get married by a certain time, because society brought these weird, standards that like you have to be married by 30, you have to have kids by 30. Like I'm 31 now, not married, don't have kids, and I'm doing fantastic. I mean, I'm in a relationship now, but like when it comes to ultimatums, I think you have to be just open and honest with your partner and tell him, I am looking to, let's say, get married, and I would like to get married in the next, I don't know, 5 years. And if they are completely in a different mindset, you just know that that person is not the person for you. But
Mhm.
telling somebody, if you don't marry me in the next year, I'm going to leave you. And then you don't leave him. then
Yeah.
you just, then you
Digging
just,
yourself a hole.
yeah, yeah. But I feel like if you have to give somebody an ultimatum, that's probably not a good sign.
So you briefly mentioned this before you touched on it, filtering and editing on social media.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts on filters and edits? Like, is a little bit of editing okay?
Obviously, like we all edit a little bit. I just think that you can't post a photo that looks nothing
Totally.
like you.
Yeah.
But that's a deeper issue. It's like, why are you more comfortable being somebody else than yourself? And I have to say, last year I have two Instagram filters that it's like my Instagram filters. And last year I made this filter that was huge lips, tiny nose, contoured, when filters were just becoming very, very popular.
Yeah.
And I made a filter. And so I talk to my boyfriend a lot when it comes to my content. And I was showing him my videos, like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And then he told me at some point, like, I can't even look at the video because the filter that you're using, like, I know it's your filter, but like, it's just not you. Like, who is this girl? And he actually, and then I had a phase when I was just posting videos without any filters, because it was more for me to just finally accept the way I look.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to filters, it's like, okay, you can use a little filter, fix the lighting, fix your pimples, maybe suck in your stomach if you're sitting in a weird way. But like, it's all about lighting. It's all about knowing your angles.
Yeah.
But if you feel that you need to overly Photoshop your photos, something else is, you should probably think more about your self-image than that photo you filtered.
Yeah, because you hear this a lot, especially men, when they go out on dates, they always say women filter, they look nothing like they photo on the dating app, or they look nothing like they do on social media.
Yeah, but that's also like, how do you not do your vetting process before?
Yeah.
That's why you should do maybe your FaceTime call, or tell this girl you're talking to, oh, send me a boomerang, or send me a video. It just makes me so it just surprises me that people are just going on blind dates. I swear. Like, I have so much to do. If I was single, I would not be going on blind dates.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would work on my career, or like I would watch a movie, I would listen to a podcast or something. Like, I would work on myself. And I get it, people get bored, but at least like choose who you spend your time with. Don't just meet up anybody.
Because you are sharing your energy with that person. And I'm a huge believer in energies as well. And I really, truly believe, well, I try to do this myself. I mean, I'm very career driven. And sometimes I find my masculine energy comes out. So, how does one, balance that feminine and that masculine energy? How do you become a little bit more feminine? I mean, I look feminine, but sometimes I have that, that fire in me that can be considered a little bit masculine.
I don't think there's anything wrong with being like having that masculine energy, that drive to keeps pushing you forward. But it's also, for a lot of women, me included, that masculine energy is some kind of shield, because you don't want to get hurt. So when you're meeting a guy, you're like, oh, I don't need you. I'll just do this myself. I can totally do this myself. Yes, you can. But the point of a partner is to have somebody help you through life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you wake up in the morning and your boyfriend brings you a cup of coffee, which my boyfriend does almost every day, it doesn't mean that I can't do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
But it's nice when somebody does it for you. So masculine energy is dominant for sure, but like, sometimes just try to, I feel like it's a little bit of a wall. Like, you put this wall so people like don't cross you. I don't know what
Mm-hmm.
you think about that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. And I think it is like a wall or a bit of a shield. So you're always not necessarily like on guard, but it's something that it's a difficult balance. And I find sometimes men can get intimidated by career-driven women or women who have that sort of masculine or driven energy?
Because they know they can be replaced very easily. Because when a woman is in the workforce and like she sees a lot of things and she's probably surrounded with a lot of men, and a lot of men find, you know, strong women pretty intimidating because they can't control them.
Yes. Key ting. And I think, oh my gosh, we've covered so much. Is there anything else that you'd like to add for women in Dubai, to assist them in their dating world? Is there anything in particular that, you know, that would really assist them? Because I think there's a lot of women, a lot of lonely women everywhere around the world, but also in Dubai, and I think dating can be quite difficult.
I think that instead of chasing that guy, just focus on yourself. I know that sounds so, it's like a Hallmark card, but like just try to focus on yourself, and you're gonna like, you have one life. Do whatever makes you happy, and don't chase that guy. Don't try to find that guy to save you. And that's, I've been guilty of this when I was growing, like, you know, when I was in my early 20s. I always thought that I'm gonna meet this guy who's just gonna come and have a magic wand and he's gonna solve all of my problems, and he's gonna, you know, buy me this palace and whatever. But like, why don't you buy your own palace?
100%.
Yeah, you can, yeah, you can find a guy who's going to do that, but you also have to keep in mind, if you're dating somebody who is far more, you know, wealthy than you are, he's going to control your life. So he's going to decide when you're going to go on vacation. He's going to decide what's your credit card limit. He's going to decide everything what you do.
Yeah.
And then you are in that kind of relationship, you know what you're getting. So you can't like demand independence and freedom when you're, you know,
reliant on someone else.
Yeah.
I think the best option in life is to be entirely independent. I mean, there's nothing sweeter than that, to be able to call your own shots while still having a feminine energy. But I think it's so nice to be able to have that independence and to make a call and control on your own life, which you should be doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's been such a pleasure. Coco Beauty.
Yeah.
Go and check her out. Kornelija No, I did it so much better the first time. KornelijaSlunjski.com.
I want to just plug in, I just started my podcast yesterday.
Nice.
Dropped my first episode.
Yes.
I'm very excited about it. I haven't been sleeping. I've been editing. I mean, I'm sure you know, it's so much work. I'm doing everything myself. So it's a learning process. So I would love everybody to check my podcast. It's at Bougie Best Friend.
Love it.
And yeah, that's who I am.
I love it. Bougie, she is your bougie best friend. Kornelija Coco Beauty, thank you so much for coming on the Maz Hakim podcast on Virgin Radio Dubai.
Thank you very much.
Virgin Radio.